Woo woo. Let me get my buns down today. Woo. All right. Hey, how you doing? Okay. Let me get these let me get my stuff up. So for you guys on TikTok that cannot see, I gotta find a way to get you guys to see what everybody else gets to see. But I have a text group. And let me see if I can send it. I don't know how to send y'all messages though. One of y'all gonna have to come on here and show me how to do that. Yeah, because I'm not sure how. Just send, nope. Okay, let me see if I can put this. This is my text group number I'm putting down. Hey, everybody on Facebook, YouTube, what's going on? Drop them $signs. All right. Okay. All right. For you guys that are on TikTok, you can text me. It's a number. I actually get back to you faster than sending me messages and emails. The text group is always the fastest. So, how is everybody? I hope you guys are having an awesome start to your week. Got a couple things I wanted to go over. And let me tell y'all something while everybody is, oh, I'm glad. Thank you, Miss Red Rum, for staying at work to tune in. I appreciate that, seriously. Hey, Melanin Poppin', Dwight, Helena, Portia, how y'all doing? Y'all know, drop those. Look, let me see. I can drop a couple on because y'all know we here talking about money, right? Okay. All right. So we got our first question of the evening. So I'm gonna go to my TikTok people really quick. Terry, who asked about taking your stimulus for your property taxes. No, they will not do that. They can't do that. They absolutely have nothing to do with one another. But if it's a certain debt collector, that might be different. That's what I'm actually going to talk about tonight. It says I applied for the PPP last week and just got the docs to sign. Does that mean I'm approved? Yes, ma'am. Congratulations. If you got documents to sign for the PPP, that means you're getting one. Okay. So yes, congratulations to you. All right. So some of y'all by now, at least some of y'all should have got y'all stimulus check hopefully over this weekend. I hope you guys spend wisely, had some fun. But this just came out today. If you are a member of Wells Fargo or a member of Chase Bank, they are both saying, no, you are not getting a deposit until Wednesday. So people are threatening to leave JP Morgan Chase and Wells Fargo because they are deciding to hold up stimulus deposits until Wednesday. But that is what they're doing. So if you have, if you're waiting on some money to hit those two banks, just know Wednesday. Yes, thank you, Dwight. March 17th. They are not letting that money go. So the luck of some of you guys who got your checks already, the majority of you guys who got checks are people who have the non-banks like the Chime and the Rush card and the Green Dot card, some of those Walmart cards. But the majority of people in the brick and mortar banks, not saying that everybody, but a lot of people did not get the stimulus this weekend. And that's probably because your bank is doing like JP Morgan Chase and Wells Fargo. They saying they gotta wait. Okay. Now they probably doing that because last time, okay, I'm just gonna let y'all know, last time when the very first stimulus came out, these banks were taking the money to pay back your overdraft fees. Okay. So I'm telling y'all now, if you have an overdraft in your account, please contact your bank to find out if they take your stimulus to repay the insufficient funds. Majority of the banks do not. Okay. And the reason that they do not do that, one, is because it has everything to do with how the federal government codes these checks when they are putting them together to be released. Okay. So a lot of y'all been asking me about debt collectors. And before I get into it, y'all know I go over this stuff on Monday, and I swear as soon as I get off, somebody come with the same question I answered. And I'm not going to try to repeat myself. So before I do that, share this video. I know TikTok, I don't think y'all can share, but if you're on Facebook, share the video, tag somebody. Introduce me to some of your friends. Of course, we want to keep making these numbers go up every week so that we know that we're getting out a good message to everybody. So I appreciate y'all support, but make sure you share or tag somebody. Introduce me to some of y'all friends, okay? So debt collectors being able to get a piece of the stimulus check. Is that true or false? It is very true. When the federal government gets these checks together, they do actually put a code on these checks to let them know that they are exempt or non-exempt. As you guys see already, they're not taking it for child support. They're not taking it for student loans. They're not taking it for IRS. But what they did not include is they did not include debtors. So if you're being sued, or if you have been sued and your debtor has the right, and I don't know where this music is coming from. Y'all have to excuse me because I don't know where that's coming from. Okay, and if the debt collector has the ability to go and they have the authorization to take some of your money, they are going to take it. Okay, so we want to make sure that that money is hopefully not going into an account that you have agreed to do something with some payment arrangements with the debt collector, or if that debt collector is taking money out of your account, we don't want it to go to that account. I know it might be too late, but I'm just letting you know that it is not exempt from debt collectors. They are not included in what it is exempt from. Okay, so that is number one. All right, so let me look and see if I got any more questions. I ain't cooking nothing. I'm just bringing y'all some info. Hey, Genteria. Let me tell y'all, these people in prison want this money so bad. I was up in the office today and somebody called from prison, okay, on three-way, to put in their information to get their stimulus, okay? So I'm really, really serious about individuals who deserve to get their money getting it. So I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it until the money runs out. Individuals who are incarcerated, individuals who are in jail, prison, whatever fancy term you want to use, they are eligible to get the third stimulus. If they did not get the first or the second stimulus, they need to go and file for that now with a tax preparer. Okay, you can only get the first two with the tax preparer, and you will be able to get the third stimulus by using the non-filer portal. It is not active yet. I just checked it before we became live, but it is not active yet, okay? I'm gonna tell y'all what is active. Where's my payment? And where's my payment is the IRS's version of it's Get My Payment, but it is the IRS's version of Where's My Refund, okay? You go and you put your information, your name, address, social, birthday, I believe, and you will submit it, and it will tell you where your stimulus is and how you should be getting it, whether that's direct deposit, mail, and it should tell you the bank of who is going to, and again, the date that you receive it. That's on Get My Payment, okay? But here's what it is doing, okay? And I got this back. I got some feedback today from some people. Get My Payment is already with the shits, excuse my language, it's already telling people that, hey, no information found. If you find yourself having no information filed, that can mean a couple different things. So don't panic. That doesn't mean that it's held up because your taxes are held up. It doesn't mean that you're not getting one. It can mean a lot of different things. It could mean that right now the IRS is deciding which year taxes they're going to use, 19 or 20. Actually, I got a list. I'm gonna go get my list in this section of a bunch of different things that it could mean. I already found that out for you guys. So let me look and let me answer some questions before I move on, before I go get my notes. Red Rum says, when are they sending the stimulus checks? They've already started sending them ever since last Friday. You can go and check on Get My Payment to see where yours is if you do not already have it. Everybody's bank, their deposit cycle is going to be different. If you want to call your bank, you can. More than likely, check your email because your bank is probably already giving you information on when to expect to receive that, okay? All right, Jay Ingram says, IRS website saying I'm getting it Wednesday. Anyways, I'm not in no rush. Well, congratulations. At least you were one of the few people that got some information saying when you were going to get your stimulus. So congratulations to you, Jay Ingram, okay? Let's go over here to TikTok really quick. Other than getting some great news that one of our viewers is getting her PPP loan, what else do we have? Will people get $1,400 for each adult dependent? Yes. Okay. I don't know how to make that any plainer, but it is going to be for the taxpayer, their children, and every adult dependent that they claim. You claim your mama, your daddy, your grandparents, they will also be getting the $1,400. Okay. These stimulus checks should be pretty large if you have a large family. If you claim a lot of dependents, it's going to be $1,400 for everybody. Okay. Unless the individual claimed themselves, they will get their own $1,400 separate from the rest of you guys. Okay. And for those who are watching here on TikTok, I know y'all can't share, but at least if you could at least follow me, I appreciate it very, very much. Okay. Charter Oak Bank. I'm not familiar with Charter Oak Bank. I've never even heard of them before. Again, check your email to see when they plan on issuing that out to you. It says, when is SSI getting their, I'm sure you're asking, when are they going to get their stimulus? The IRS said, I looked this up last night, and IRS said that SSI and veterans that receive disability will receive their stimulus the same way they receive their regular benefits. Now, that means if you have it going to a federal direct express card, that is how your benefits should show. If you're claimed on somebody else's taxes, your money will go to them. And if not, then you have time when the non-filers portal open. I looked this up. Actually, let me take that back. They're changing it. In the non-filers portal for the first stimulus, they allowed you to update your banking information or your mailing information if you wanted to. IRS said this time around, they're not doing that. They're strictly using the non-filers portal for people to file who do not normally file taxes. And when I say file, all you're really going in there to do is a simple tax return, your name, your address, claim your stimulus, and enter your direct deposit, mailing information, whatever, and that's it. Okay, so it's going to be very, very easy to go in there and get those, but it is not, that portal is not open yet. Okay, so Sean Harris Williams, I hope I answered your question. SSI recipients will be getting their own unless they're claimed on somebody's taxes. All right. Let's see. So I already answered that Melanin Poppin about when they start sending out checks. I'm surprised so many of us did not get it already, but a lot of people did not get it. Says launch release mine today, but was postmarked for the 17th. So if you guys have Launch Bank, Launch Federal Credit Union, then check your account. The money may already be there. Okay. I do not know specifically each bank who is receiving, handing them out. So I'm sorry, Donald Brown, you will have to call your bank themselves or check your email. I'm sure they sent you something. Hey, Chantel. All right. It says, is there different dates for people to get deposits? Of course, because it all has to do with your bank. Your bank is probably also trying to add in some last minute provisions because, like I said, last time they took a lot of stimulus payments to pay back insufficient funds. So they're probably trying to work something out at the last second to make sure that does not happen again. All right. Hey, watching from TikTok. This time, what if it says they have no information? So if they're saying they have no information, hey, Simone, if they're saying that they have no information, like I said, that means a couple things. Let me get my notes real quick, guys. Sorry, y'all know I have to go and I have to print all this stuff because it's a lot to have to try to remember all the time. So I want to make sure that I'm keeping you guys up to date with the most accurate stuff. Okay. So it can mean a lot of things. And when I get there, I'm going to tell you exactly what it means when it says no information. And a lot of you are probably going to get no information on that. All right. So a lot of you are. So do not be surprised or alarmed. Let's see. Okay. I'm just looking on TikTok to make sure I didn't miss anybody. It says I think that says my patient. I don't know what that's. Oh, my parent sent it to a same closed account, even though I talked to the IRS. Yes, they will still do that. A lot of times IRS is going to send it directly to whatever was on file. Y'all got to remember, a lot of this stuff is automated. So it's not like it's a person all the time that is paying attention to when they send this stuff. So you just have to ignore them for being kind of dumb. All right. All right, let's see. Michelle says, my dad got his yesterday and he was supposed to get it on the 17th and he is incarcerated. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad. Very good. I'm glad he was able to get that. That is important. Okay, let's see. All right, so the IRS says if you don't get your stimulus by a certain amount of time, you don't need to do anything. Don't call them. Okay, as y'all know, y'all probably been trying to get through to them. It's nearly impossible. Don't call them, if at all. They do not want you to call. Obviously, that's pretty much what they're trying to say, is just leave us alone and let us get this worked out for y'all. Okay. Like I said, you can go to the Get My Payment tool that is on the IRS website. And it also says that IRS is planning on sending out another large batch this coming week, which is Monday. So I'm hoping that means today, tomorrow, something like that. And it says they are going to do direct deposit again, paper check, and they're also going to still try to put this money on these EIP cards. And I know they keep saying that, but I haven't seen a lot of people with EIP cards. But if you happen to get something in the mail and it feels like a card, don't throw it away. Please open it, because you could be throwing away the card that has your money on it. Okay, so keep your eye out for that. All right. It says, if my account is saying payment approved for March 17, but I didn't use a bank account for taxes in 2019, what do I need to do? It's showing bank account number of, well, Nene, well, first of all, is that your last four of your account number? Okay. Because remember what happened the first time. You guys remember when during the first stimulus, a lot of people, their money went to the third party bank that you did your taxes with, because a lot of you got advances with the tax loans. Well, IRS said that is probably going to happen again. So it may frustrate some of y'all. Some of y'all may be getting a delayed stimulus check just because you did an advance loan. You dealt with one of those third party banks. So if that happens, if you go into where's my payment or where's my refund or get my payment, whatever, and you see an account number that is not yours, you were probably one of those that fell into that loop of stuff. Okay, so I'm just letting y'all know ahead of time, they are already expecting for the money to go into the wrong accounts. Okay. All right. So it says, Dwight says, can inmates do anything with the money? Well, it really depends how they get it. So the person that called from prison today, he called from Pennsylvania, and I'm in Florida. So I'm glad somebody was watching, whoop, whoop, and passed the word. So saying that same thing to y'all. Y'all know somebody in jail, prison, whatever, and they need help claiming their stimulus, and you don't know how to do it. We do them. I'm a partner with IRS, the VITA program, so we can actually file those for them for free to help them out. But at this prison, and we pretty much got to do what the prisoners say. Okay, so at the prison in Pennsylvania, the inmates actually are having their stimulus check deposited into their inmate account. But there are other states where if they put that money in their inmate account, they're taking it and sending it back to the IRS. Not supposed to. Somebody who is not doing their job, worrying about something that has nothing to do with them, is getting into business and sending the money back. So please check with that inmate that you're talking to and find out what everybody else in the jail or the prison is doing, okay? Because I recommend y'all just get their approval to have it sent to you, and then y'all just send it to them, okay? And if people keep asking me, well, if I get the check, how am I going to cash it? It's called mobile deposit, y'all. It's called sign the check, open up the bank app and scan it, and boom, cash the check through your phone. You don't even have to worry about anything. So you don't even have to go to a bank. All right. So I know some of y'all probably forgot about that, but you can always do mobile deposit, or you can try direct deposit. Some banks are sending it back. I mean, really, it's just a we have to see type of situation, because everybody think everybody's doing fraud right now with this, with all this money that's coming down. So banks are just going way above and beyond and sticking their nose in a lot of places that they don't belong. So you just really have to try your hand to see which one you feel most comfortable with. Okay. Okay. So, let's see. So yeah, the inmates can do whatever they want. It's their money. They can put it on commissary, buy food. I mean, whatever they want. Okay. Let's see. All right. Got another question. Since my parents claim my sister in 19, will she qualify for the third stimulus? She is 18 years old. Yeah. 17 through 24 qualify as dependents. Okay, they're doing 18 through 24, 17 through 24, which was they didn't get anything the first two stimulus, and they're also doing adult dependents. So pretty much anybody you claim in your taxes, you can get as long as they got a social security number. It could be a bear. Okay, as long as they got a social security number, you can get a check. Okay, so that's pretty much it in a nutshell. If they don't get it, For example, people with new babies. Okay, I got a lot of people asking, I just had a new baby. How am I going to get that money? If the non-filer portal does not allow you to add the new baby at the last minute, then you're going to have to wait until tax time. Or you can try to do an amendment. But IRS says, don't help them by doing any extra work. Like, don't try to do an amendment for your unemployment. Okay, because when the bill passed, now you get $10,200 off or tax-free. It's not taxable income. So a lot of people are trying to go in and do an amendment and, help their customers out by getting them some more money back. And that's great. But IRS is saying you don't need to do that. Let us do that. So if you already filed taxes, okay, share this with somebody, and you can share this video too. Y'all know I'm gonna keep saying share. If they filed taxes before the stimulus came out or before the stimulus package was approved, they are due more money if they filed unemployment for sure. That's without a doubt. If they did unemployment, they are for sure entitled to some more money, because when we did the calculation for the taxes at that time, they were operating under the old rules before the new tax rules got implemented. And I don't think you guys understand that. Just because we get a new stimulus package, that is great, but it's now. That's why all your refunds are held up. So if you are one of those people that say, hey, it's been 20-something days and I ain't got my check, well, you fall into the category of people whose policies have changed. Whatever you filed for has now changed, and the IRS wants to make sure that you're getting every dime penny that you're supposed to get. So they're holding up your money until they can apply all the new rules and redo the math on your refund and issue you what you should be issued, okay? So that is why you have not gotten your refunds yet, okay? That applies to anybody who put a 1099-G from unemployment. That applies to anybody who had a premium tax credit from the marketplace. That applies to anybody who used 2019 income versus 2020. I know a lot of people were trying to do the 2019 income because they were like, okay, I can get more back and whoop de whoop, and that's good. But now your taxes are held up, okay? So you're gonna have to wait until they figure all that out, and then they're gonna give you some more money. So it's another one. It's another reason on there too. I'm missing one of them, or one of the reasons why they're held up. But it is on TikTok and it is on my Facebook. I posted it already. YouTube, don't worry. I'm gonna transfer my TikTok videos to YouTube so you guys can see those also. But there are like 4 or 5 categories of people who are being held up, and a lot of you fall into that, especially the unemployment one. Okay. What if you filed someone? All right, so let's talk about that real quick. So I had a lot of people saying, well, I let somebody get my kids. Well, y'all already know. If y'all been watching me long enough, you already know that if you let somebody else get your kids and claim them on taxes, that's between you and that person, and y'all need to work something out. Because what's going to happen is, if that person claimed your children, they get the child tax credit money, they get the stimulus money, and they got whatever portion of the refund you allowed them to keep. So y'all need to work out something, because it's a lot of money going to be coming down the pipeline. And if they're going to leave you, the real parent, out, something's not fair. Okay. I don't think that's fair, but I think y'all definitely need to work something out so that you can get your portion of the money. Okay. Now, since we're talking about child tax credit, let me go here and look and see if I got any questions before I get on this new child tax credit. And I've made some changes already. It says, I don't have direct deposit for the stimulus. What about the actual checks? Well, the checks are just going to come in the regular mail. If you are not happy with the address that you have on file, you can go to USPS.com, and you can actually change your address online. And for $1.05, it will be done much faster than if you were to do it by actually filling it out on paper and dropping it off at your mailbox. So pay your $1.05 and do it online at the USPS website and change your address instantly. Okay. Now that does not instantly change it with the IRS. The IRS is taking 4 to 6 weeks to update anything. So I would not I wouldn't get too comfortable thinking that they are going to get it in time. I did see where it said you can call them, but I doubt very highly you're gonna get through to anybody to update any of your information. Okay, so let me see. If I missed anything over here on TikTok, I still haven't even received the first stimulus. Well, Jasmine, if you have not received the first stimulus, then you need to go find somebody to file your taxes with ASAP so that you can get your $1,200, because we're not letting no money go unclaimed around here, okay? All right, so let's talk about this child tax credit really quick, because it's already 7:30. So last week when I told you about it, when the bill was first passed, I'll let you guys know it's $3,600 in child tax credit for children 6 and under, and $3,000 for 6 and older, right? And we were trying to figure out, well, how they gonna pay y'all this money and break this down and give it to y'all in 12 payments? Well, guess what? They're not giving it to y'all in 12 payments. That now has changed, okay? What is happening now is they're gonna give it to you and give you 6 payments, okay? So in July, that's when the payments are gonna start. And in December is when they end. It didn't make sense for them to still give you payments, and we're getting ready to go into another tax season in 2022. So that didn't make any sense. So they're only going to do it for 6 months, okay? And it's $300 for children under 6 and $250 for children over 6, all the way up to 17. Yes, 17. So a lot of you said that you don't want it, you want to opt out. Well, they haven't made that portal or that option available yet, but it will be. So if you choose to not get those incremental monthly payments, that's cool. You will be able to recoup a larger return at the end of the year at tax time, because you didn't use any of your advanced tax credits or your child tax credit. You didn't get any money in advance. So you can get all of that at the end, or you can opt to get those payments. Now, they're supposed to come in one of two ways: the incremental $300 payments, and they also stated that they are going to try to give a lump sum. So not the whole lump sum of $3,600 and not the whole lump sum of $3,000. Please don't take me as saying that. I mean, a lump at probably half of that money. They're going to try to either give it to you in one payout, or a monthly incremental payment, so that you can have some additional monies coming to you. But that will not start until July. So already y'all see they changing. Now that's not that bad, but they are changing. So I did want you guys to know that. All right. So they're really pushing, and I don't know how they think this, but they feel, and maybe I could be wrong. I mean, I'm not, an economist or nothing, but, I grew up poor, and I don't know about y'all, but I don't see how those little extra $300 payments are going to lift people out of poverty. If they can't lift us out of poverty when it's tax time and we get those large checks, I don't see how they plan on doing it in these little small monthly checks. But again, I could be wrong. I'm still happy about whatever you guys receive. I'm just letting you know that it is definitely going to have to be claimed on your taxes. Okay. So your tax return may not look as big as it normally does. Now, we don't know what else is going to come out between now and the end of the year. But as of today, if you're taking that advance, you will have to report that. And that is something you will be having to pay back. Okay. Let's see. All right. So who has a missing stimulus? I don't know if anybody has anybody that got a stimulus that's missing, have not received it, and you got a letter saying you received it, the first or the second one, and you can't find it. The IRS does allow you to do what is called a payment trace. All right. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because we're finding out people are getting hit up by these scammers. They are impersonating you, taking your information and taking your money and saying that you got it. And then when you try to go get it, you can't. Okay. And just so you know, if this happens to you, you're a victim of identity theft, and somebody gets your stimulus check, you have to wait 6 months before you can get paid back. That is the whole process. It's 6 months total. Okay. All right, I'll get to the PPP loans in just a second, but I just want y'all to know it's going to take 6 months. And if you do find out that somebody took your your check, you got to call IRS immediately. If y'all need the number, matter of fact, I'm going to make a video and a post so that y'all can see what you got to do. There is a number you got to call. IRS is going to have you fill out identity theft report. Then the Bureau of Fiscal Services is going to give you a big old package. You got to fill out documentation. And then what they're going to do is they're going to trace that check down to the bank it was deposited to. They're going to pull a copy of the check. They're going to send you a copy, have you verify that that is not your signature, okay? They're going to make you sign so they can make sure you ain't lying. So they don't want you to perjure yourself. So you're going to have to say, this is not mine, send it back. Once they find out that it's not yours, and they go do their due diligence to get this person, whomever that may be, then you can get your check back. But that's what they have to wait to do. So that's why it takes a total of 6 months. So don't stress, just know that it takes a little bit, but you will get your money back. Okay. All right. So let me see. And actually, there's a form. I'm actually going to do a form too to show you guys what you do if you actually did not get your stimulus. This says how I share your video from TikTok. I do not know. Oh, you know what? You can go to TikTok and actually download the video and then just share it that way. I'm actually talking to the TikTok people here. I don't know if you can share this video, but at least I'm asking you guys to follow me. I appreciate it. All right, so let's talk about these PPP loans. March 31st. You don't remember nothing else. March 31st, because we already in March and we got like 2 weeks left. So if y'all ain't got with me, those who've been talking about I need to do a loan, what y'all waiting for? We ain't got nothing but 2 weeks left, okay? You got 2 weeks left for your PPP forgiveness. You got 2 weeks left to try to get whatever little piece of money you can get before they cut this program off. And that is your first check or your second. If you got a first one, the second one is that much easier to get. You don't really got to do nothing really to get your second check. You're going to get the same amount you got the first time. They don't change anything. The first one can be most difficult, especially now this round, because there was so much fraud the first time that they're going to try. They're making sure that that's not happening, okay? You will also find that now with these last little 2 weeks left, it's going to take a little bit longer to get a decision because it's not just open for small businesses anymore. It's open for small and large businesses. And the SBA has changed so much stuff that businesses or banks are having sometimes a little bit of hard time to keep up, okay? The good thing is that if you apply for a loan, the SBA is looking at your gross income, not your net. So the amount of the loan you would get would be higher. Now it ain't thousands and thousands of dollars higher, but you know, it could be right at 1,000, okay? But they are giving you a little extra money by giving you another block to choose from. So remember, you have until the 31st to do a PPP forgiveness and or do the loan period. Now, something that has come down, and I had a lot of people in my inbox saying, that Florida doesn't charge state tax. Florida doesn't charge state tax. And I understand Florida does not charge state tax. But Florida has already said, and this is for you guys too in TikTok land, if y'all live in one of those states that have no sales tax, no state tax. Florida says they are not letting us Floridians do a PPP forgiveness if you can't give them some of that money, okay? And I know y'all probably like, how? Well, Florida wants to receive the sales tax that you would have gotten on those items that you write off. So on your PPP forgiveness application, there are some things you write off, equipment, supplies, you know, all those things. So Florida says, well, hey, that's not those things you would buy in a store in Florida. So we need you to give us that price and you need to pay us a percent of whatever that sales tax. So Florida does want some money. Now, they haven't figured out yet how they're going to work it. But I would tell you guys to, if you're going to do the forgiveness, you also need to look at your state because your state may have different requirements than the federal government, or they may have the same. But Florida says that they are treating the forgiveness. They're making businesses file. They're handling businesses the same way they handle C corporations. Okay, so they're trying to get some money out of this. All right, and that's the same for I think it's Tennessee, Nevada. And I believe like Wyoming, there's a couple other states that don't charge, they don't have any state tax, but they're trying to make some money that way, okay? So let me check for some questions really quick. And I'm so glad you guys are answering each other questions. Y'all know I love that. It says, my grandfather didn't get a 2019 or 20, don't get a 2019 or 2020. He retired in 2019, so how did he apply? Tiffany, call me in my office tomorrow. And I will file your grandfather for you. I've been doing that all day. People just been calling. I don't even know who these people are. They just been saying, somebody told me to call you to get my stimulus. So just go on and call. I'll send you my office number and you can just call tomorrow to get granddaddy his checks, okay? Because we want to make sure granddaddy got his checks, okay? It says, how are they doing the $300 a month for the child is a direct deposit, same account as stimulus. So the Koya, we don't know. None of that we know yet because they haven't even opened the portal for you to opt in or opt out for the child tax credit. That is a good question though. They should when in this portal, when they ask you to opt in or opt out, I would hope that they would ask you for your banking information, because to receive checks, that's just too messy and people can get those things stolen. Okay. It says, can you explain some more on the stimulus check more on the stimulus check work if you're 17? Okay. So if you're 17, you are technically not an adult. So whatever you do, you still have to do it with a parent if you are 17. But if you're 17 and you were claimed on 18 taxes, 19 taxes, fine. You can come in, since now we're working on 2020, right? You can come into any local tax place, okay? And go in and claim your stimulus, at least for 19, if you were over the age of 16. So if 18 you were over the age of, if 2018 you were over 16, or 2019 you were over 16 and your parents claimed you on their taxes, you can go and get your own because they did not get paid for you. So you can go and reclaim the check you should have gotten paid for, okay? Now, for this third stimulus, you need to do nothing. If you're claimed on somebody else's taxes, it comes automatically. Okay. And if you're 18 and you're not claimed on the taxes, your parent didn't know what to do, then wait till the non-filer portal opens and then just go and put yourself in and claim your third stimulus. Okay. I know that gets tricky to a lot of people, but it has everything to do with the IRS and how they just now, this time, included 17 through 24, but they weren't doing it before. And they could have been done this. They just didn't. Okay. So I hope I answered your question. It says, what if your stimulus is going to the wrong bank account? Then it's just going to go to the wrong bank account and then it's going to get mailed to you or put on a card. They are not allowing you the opportunity to update your bank accounts. You guys, if you haven't filed your taxes in 2020 yet, and you know that your stimulus is going to the wrong bank account, then update your bank account when you file your 2020 taxes. It doesn't mean that it's going to take 100%, because remember, things in the computer system can pass each other, okay? And they could miss, you know, the information you put in and the stimulus check getting cut to you, they might pass each other. So that it may not take, but if you haven't filed, file now before your bank actually releases that, or before the IRS releases your stimulus check. You may have time to get it into the right bank account. But if not, then you just gonna have to wait and get the paper check, okay? I'm sorry to have to tell you that, but that's just how that goes, all right? Okay. Drika, I'm so glad you received your money. All right. What if y'all didn't work 2019, but work 2020? Will I get the 1,400? The stimulus has nothing to do with you having a job. You could have just woke up in 2020 and slept all 2019 and didn't work, didn't get up, didn't do nothing, and still get a $1,400 check. You are getting this check because you're a United States citizen and you have a Social Security number. There is no other requirement other than that. Okay. So you don't have to do anything to get the stimulus check. You just get it. Okay. All right. I need some information. I have a brother who has never received either of his stimulus checks. He lives in Washington, D.C. He is never worth it to the IRS number receiving. What can you do to receive his money? Helena, you can give me a call in the office and we could take him as well to going on and get him his first 2 stimulus checks. Ain't no sense of sitting around waiting for it to come to you because it ain't gonna do it on its own. So go ahead on and you can give me a call tomorrow in the office and I will make sure that he gets his put in for his first and second stimulus check. Okay. FYI, this is something new that came down. So y'all know I'm not trying to put out all the good stuff in the beginning because I know people like to leave, right? But I'm just letting y'all know, if you have EIDL loans, okay, SBA being real nice. Now they done deferred the payments again. All right. So I don't know if y'all remember, SBA was saying that we had to make these payments and start paying by June of this year. Well, not anymore. Okay. They are now giving us a 24-month extension versus a 12-month extension. So you do not have to make payments until 2022. So I'm going to read here what it says. It says, if you got a loan from SBA in 2020 including the EIDL, your first due date will be due in 2022. It says if you got a disaster loan in 2021, you get an 18-month extension. I do not know why they try to separate these times like this, but I believe they're doing it so that everybody can now make their payments around the same time. So I bet you 18 months from when the disaster loans were given in 21, in year 2021, it'll still be sometime in 2022 when they're going to have to make their first payment. So everybody, and make sure y'all share this, everybody who has a loan from the SBA, an EIDL loan, whether you got it when the pandemic first popped off or later, you do not have to make your payments until 2022. That's great, because I'm mad because I done made my first payment. And now look, all right, now I want to connect my money back. I know they can't, but if anybody did, y'all can stop making payments and hold off and sit on some of that money until later. All right. So that's actually good news. Okay. That's really good news, to tell you the truth, because people need to save their money. Okay. All right. Rent program. Y'all know I'll be trying to run down this thing real quick. The rent program, slowly but surely trickling down to the counties. Okay. In Florida, a lot of counties have already started. Actually, like majority of them have. If you're watching it from St. Lucie County, Martin County, Indian River, they haven't done, y'all. But everybody else, Orange County, Miami, Broward, Brevard, all the way up north, they are open. I don't know why those little 3 small counties haven't done it yet. But y'all, I'm gonna keep looking and let y'all know. But they are not open yet. Okay. What do you have? Rose says, do my parents have to do anything to receive the first and second relief bill? If they haven't gotten the first or the second one, they need to go into a tax preparer and claim their first and second one ASAP. Okay. Atlanta, if you're asking about rental assistance in Atlanta, absolutely. Atlanta is already open. I actually am on their text list, so I get stuff and I don't even live there. So, rental assistance in Georgia is open. Okay. How do adult dependents get their first 2 stimulus checks? Go to your tax preparer and claim it. That's all you got to do. If you need my office number, you can find me. So Shamika Saves on all my social media. Shoot me a message. I'll give you my office number. You can call and we will file those for you tomorrow. Again, I am a member of the IRS VITA program. So we do taxes for free for the elderly, military, low income, pretty much anybody that wants to come in and do it, we can. And that's including the inmates. We will do that as well. Okay. I filed for 2019 and I was hit with identity theft. I had to paper fill out, but still have not received nothing. What do I do? You are just going to have to wait. Unfortunately, since they're backlogged doing everybody else's, I'm sure you're backlogged on top of it because you got hit with identity theft. So I'm gonna tell y'all real quick 2 things. If you have not filed your taxes, or if you have filed them and you did not file your unemployment on your taxes, put that on your taxes. This year especially. Why? Because they just approved the tax bill where they're going to make it no tax for the first $10,200. So you'll be crazy not to add your unemployment into your taxes now, because you're going to get more money back. If you wait and do it another year, you may not. We don't know, because they may do another stimulus plan. We don't know. So we don't want the rules to change. So right now, file now while they're making that money tax free. You know, there's no money on that. So, I mean, there's no taxes on that. So you want to make sure you guys go in and add that back. Also, if you are filing for your stimulus, please, please, please remember if you have been a victim of identity theft. I have so many rejections because people are filing to get their stimulus, but they forgot that even when you file your stimulus, you still need to have your identity PIN, okay? And if you do not know how to get your identity PIN, you need to go right to IRS. You can go right to Google and type in IRS ID PIN. That's it. Get your identity PIN. And it's a 6-digit number. It's new every year. Okay. So you can't use last year's this year. You got to get a brand new one each year. Okay. And IRS is they sent out an email last night saying that if you want to opt in to have an identity PIN on your taxes, just even if you're not a victim of identity theft, they are now allowing people to do that. And I wouldn't be surprised if that now or soon becomes a requirement with the amount of identity theft going around. They're probably going to make everybody have to get a PIN after a while. Okay. So, but just make sure if you got somebody from prison and they're about to do it, they need to remember, because if you don't get, because we can't get that pen, it's going to be rejected and the check just going to be sitting there. A lot of times people get, busy, forget, and then now you got money sitting out there you never collect. So go and see if you got that pen first. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. Hold on. Y'all know I'm just looking to see. Oh, and the IRS also sent out and I don't know why they don't send this out to you guys. I know y'all can't see this, but they send this to us because we're partners with them. But I guess since a lot of people might be facing audits and things like that, they have already started sending out the low income taxpayer list, where it's all the free legal clinics in all the 50 states. So if you get something from IRS saying that you have to, you're getting audited and you need someone to talk to and you can't go to your local tax preparer because they don't want to help you, then I guess I got to make a video for this too for y'all, so I can give y'all this information, how to get this low income taxpayer clinic list, so that you can find out who to go to if you get audited. Because I'm telling you, letters have been coming, and I'm not saying that everybody that's being held up is getting audited, because that's not the case. But I wouldn't be surprised if that doesn't come down the pipeline as well when we start seeing these refunds get released. Okay. The one you pay rent for 13 months. Okay. So on the emergency rental assistance program, it is 12 months minimum of back rent. Okay, that they can go back with 3 months each additional time, as long as you qualify. So you can, on the first go, get 15 months of back rent paid out to your landlord. Now, if you don't want to do it, your landlord can do it. So if I have any landlords that are watching, not only that, if I got people who got extra bedrooms in their house, okay, this is the time to be one, so you can get you some of that rent, buddy. Okay. But 15 months off the rip is what you can get from your local and county government. You just really have to wait until they put that out. I'm sure it's out, and I know they're going to be trying to drag their feet letting y'all know about these programs, because why? They don't want y'all to spend up all the money. And you know they want to spend it on what they want to spend it on, but you let them know that, hey, I know about the emergency rental assistance program, and it says 12 months, and we can go up to 15, and then 3 months additional each time that I fall behind. Okay, so get you some peace of mind knowing that somebody gonna be checking for you for your rent if you can't pay for it or take care of it yourself. All right. It says, I took taxes off my unemployment. Will I get it back? Yes, you will get it back. That's exactly why I want people to make sure that they claim their unemployment in their taxes this time around, so that we can make sure you get paid for it. Okay, that's what we want to do. All right. It says, my third stimulus doesn't show a date, but it has my bank account. Well, that's good. So at least they found something. If it's not showing a date, I would just tell you to keep trying. The site just came live late last night. So it's still, still just brand new and fresh. I wouldn't doubt that there's going to be some errors or stuff going wrong. So I would just tell you to keep trying till you get the date. When you ask about Massachusetts, Lady Red, what are you referring to, ma'am? Let's see. Shayla said, my parents have an I-10 and I'm their dependent, but still file. Will they get $1,400 for me? Your parents will not receive it as with an I-10, but if you have an SSN, yes, you will. And if you find that you don't get a $1,400 stimulus because you're claimed, alongside with them and they don't have socials, then you can go and claim your own. But you still should be able to get yours because you have a social security number and they do not. It says, my granny was claimed on someone else's taxes in 2019. They didn't get anything for her. They're not supposed to, so that's correct. She did a tax refund for the stimulus, and it says she will get the $1,800 from the first two. Will she get the third one as well? She hasn't gotten the first one yet. Yes, she will, Diana Johnson. The third one is automatic. There's no need for her to claim it because she's already in the system. I'm glad she was able to get the first two. She will be getting those in the mail pretty soon, okay? Congrats to Grandma. All right, it says, my brother owed IRS when he filed his taxes and he did the recovery rebate for the $600. However, the IRS took the whole thing, even his $600. Yes, and I want to tell y'all why. A lot of people get mad when they come in here and I be trying to explain to them. When you get your recovery rebate as a rebate from the IRS sending to you without you having to do anything, it is just your rebate. It is not touched. It cannot be reduced for any reason, right? Unless it has to do with IRS, you owe an IRS, you owe child support or something like that. But other than that, it's not to be reduced. But when you come in a tax office and you claim your stimulus, okay, that stimulus is now a refund, okay? Which means that if you have a tax bill after we put your W-2s in or we put your 1099s in and you actually owe some money, it's going to reduce that stimulus amount, although you were owed it. But if you didn't get it the same way everybody else did, it can be reduced. So unfortunately, Lisa, that can happen, and that does happen. I've had people come in here and they got $1,800 waiting for them, but as soon as we finish with that W-2, they end up owing a couple dollars. So it is very possible to have a stimulus and end up not getting it because you had some outstanding, some debts or whatever you had going on when you filed your taxes. So it is not considered the stimulus when it's in your tax refund. Okay, they just don't consider it that. I mean, it's a part of it, but as soon as it takes out that stimulus portion for whatever you didn't owe, it's gone. Okay, and you cannot get that back, unfortunately. All right, let's see what we got. If the account is closed, will they mail it to you? Yes. Is your third stimulus check going on automatic on the Direct Express? Yes. And Direct Express is the federal benefits card for those who get Social Security. Anybody who gets any kind of federal benefit can actually get it. Social Security, disability, VA, a lot of people just don't have to get it. Do we have to worry about child support? Smooth Rapunzel. No, you do not. Child support is not a factor at all this time around. It is your check free and clear. It says, when does the FPUC 2 end? Because I still see it's processing after March 14th. Dwight, we're going to have to take that question on over to Vanessa. Right now, what's going on with unemployment, at least in the state of Florida, is all crazy. I try to keep up with what they got going on, but they change more than Congress does, and it just don't make no sense. So I would tell you guys to keep claiming your weeks. And if you're getting ready to run out, reapply. If you're not sure, y'all know who to hit up. If you can't get her on the phone, you keep calling unemployment. You get them on the phone and you ask for a supervisor. Those people work for you, and sometimes they have to be reminded of that. Okay, so sometimes we got to escalate it to a supervisor, somebody else, because we can't just keep letting them slide. All right. It says you mentioned that someone who is 17 can get the stimulus even if they are claimed as a dependent. Yes, they can. They can get it even if they're claimed as a dependent. Depends on the years. The first and the second stimulus, you could still get even if they were claimed as a dependent because they did not pay them for the first and the second stimulus at 17 years old. Okay. It says, could you file for the stimulus check on TurboTax for 18 years old? Yes, you can. TurboTax is going to charge you $60 to do it. You might as well find you a local Vital tax partner. They're everywhere in the U.S. and going on to do that for the free. Okay. And you asked me what's the easiest way? Boom, I answered it already. Okay. Let me see if I miss anybody else. It says I received my state refund, but have not gotten my federal or my stimulus. My income was from unemployment. Then TikTok, Rhonda, that is why you have unemployment built into your refund. And right now they're not paying anybody who has the unemployment built in because they're changing the rules right now. And they're making sure that you can get all your money. It says, will the IRS go back and send money owed if you've already filed and had the employment in 1099? Yes, ma'am. They will go back and retroactive you guys the money they should have gave you. Once they figure this all out. It says USPS has a free mail tracking daily. Yes, it is called the informed delivery. So if you guys don't have it, I love checking mine every morning, 7 a.m. I know exactly what mail is going to be in my mailbox. You can do it right through USPS. It's called Informed, Informed Delivery. It's free. Sign up, can't hurt. And it's a good way to spy on your mailbox, all right? Let's see. When they start sending checks out, we talked about that already. They're sending them out every single day. What if your stimulus update is saying no update? That can mean a lot of things, okay? So I'm just telling y'all might not necessarily like all the things that it means, but it does mean it's pending. It means they might be trying to get some additional information. It could mean that your They're trying to decide what year they're going to look to pull. Man, they're doing a lot of stuff. All this came from IRS websites. I promise y'all, I'm not pulling this out of my behind. I read about it. Okay. Let me see. I try to take a screenshot of everything so I can have this information for you when y'all ask me. Let's see. I haven't received my second one, but the 1400 is pending for Wednesday. Congratulations, James. I didn't get mine yet at all. The third one, nay, that's because it's not out yet. Your bank probably hasn't even opened its doors to receive those deposits. It just started on Friday. It hasn't even been a week yet. So y'all got to give it just a little bit of time, but it is coming, everybody, okay? It says if it says no payment information for the stimulus, when you go to track your third stimulus, that is because it doesn't have enough information. Okay. IRS is saying that if you see that you don't have anything and that get my payment for your stimulus and it's been more than 6 weeks, they're saying it's a problem. More than 4 weeks, they're saying it's a problem. You could set a payment trace to find out what is going on to see why you haven't gotten it. Okay. All right. Let me see. Hold on. I'm just making sure I didn't miss the one little thing I'm looking for, and I don't even think I have it, but it doesn't matter. Okay. It says husband hadn't received stimulus. He does owe child support. Support took first stimulus and $600 for dependent. He hasn't heard from the second. Now he's wondering if he's getting a third. He will get the third. There is no child support offset. There's no offset period for the third stimulus. So you will get that. Okay. PPP forgiveness is due when? The last day for PPP forgiveness period is March 31st. Okay. I think that's even if you did the 8 or the 24 weeks, it is March 31st. I will tell you to check with the bank that you got the money from, because you have to turn your PPP forgiveness forms into them first so that they can look to see, because they make a mistake, SBA is coming after them first and then y'all. So the banks are going to make sure that you got that filled out correctly. So go to your bank so you can find out your exact date, but March 31st is the drop dead date for PPP loans, period. It says, when does Direct Express get their deposits? Everybody's different. Somebody on Direct Express have not gotten them yet. Last time Social Security and VA recipients got their checks pretty much dead last. So if you're waiting for it on the Direct Express card, it should come early because it's Direct Express, because it's direct deposit, but we don't know that for sure. Okay. Thank you, Tanya, I don't care if you're late. Thank you for being here, honey. It says I applied before they changed using gross instead of net, so I can get the difference. Yes, Tiffany. So if you got a PPP loan before they changed from the net to the gross, call your bank and see if they are willing to do or give you the additional. There are some banks right now, for example, Blue Vine, they're going back and they're looking at all of their customers that they issued money to see what the difference would be and to give them the difference. So some banks are doing that. Call yours to know specifically what your bank is doing. But yeah, I would say they owe you some money. Yeah, I mean, why? I would think so. Yeah, absolutely. How long does it take for your tax person to be able to print your check once you have a date? And also, how can you recover the extra money from the unemployment? Well, your tax preparer is not going to print you a check. Are you talking about print you a check from your regular refund? If you're talking about from your regular tax refund, that's really going to be up to the third party bank that they're going through to tell them how soon they can do it. The tax preparer doesn't get to make that decision. That does come from the bank to let them know when they have the authority to print checks. So that's probably still going to be a while. I do believe the IRS is probably going to be holding up y'all tax refunds for another few weeks. I would not be surprised if it extends into April. Okay, this is not something I think they can just fix 1, 2, 3. It's a lot of people have returns already, and they have to go back and go through all of those to make sure everybody's getting what they're owed. Okay, we said we were told 10 weeks because we didn't claim the rebate on our daughter who was born and passed in 2020. Yes, ma'am. For some people who have to go back. So I want y'all to hear that. She said they were told 10 weeks to get the money for any children that were born in 2020. So I knew it was going to be a bit of a mess. You know, you can wait those 10 weeks or you can claim it at tax time next year. Either way, it's still money coming to you. But you know, I will want my money this year. So I would tell y'all, just go ahead on the file and get that. It says, when are they going to start mailing out? They're already mailing out. You just have to wait for yours. It says, I got the first check, but not the second one. Will I get the third? Well, why didn't you get the second one? You should have. If it's not for any reason of child support or something like that, then you should get it. If not, go claim it. And the third, you need to go check Get My Payment so you can see when you can or when you should be expecting your third stimulus. It says, I received my state on February 24th, but not the federal. Keep saying processing. Remember what I stated. And for you guys that are on TikTok, look through my videos. I do have a video up already that states the 4 or 5 reasons why people are not getting their refunds. There are a couple reasons why they're being held up, and they have everything to do with the policy change with this new third stimulus that was just passed. Okay. All right, up with 802, so I'm gonna try to go to 805 and get out of here. I just received the PPP this month. How long do you have to complete the forgiveness application? Well, congratulations. I hope if you just got your PPP and this is your first one, I hope you're gonna get your second one before the PPP period ends, and you have until the 31st of March to do the PPP forgiveness. So if you just recently got your first PPP check, and yes, freelancers, small business individuals can get them. You just need to go and get this first one and go and get this second one and hop out. Just get both of them and go before this money is gone. All right. Let me see. Did I read this one already? It says, I got the PPP at the end of February for 8 weeks. How is the forgiveness due March 31st if you haven't used it all by March 31st? Well, Teresa, you got to tell them you used it all, okay? Because if you want this to be forgiven, you got to make sure you're saying what they want. Because if you tell them you still got some of that money, then they're going to say it's not forgivable, okay? And that is a part of the requirement. If you do not have a copy of a PPP forgiveness application, it's 2 pages. Go look at it for yourself. But the money does need to be spent. Technically, you're not even supposed to get the second PPP loan until you spent the money for the first one. So, and make sure you look that over. If you want to give me a call in my office, we could talk about that tomorrow. But you will need to say that money is gone. Okay. Will they send something to us for what? For PPP? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Lachelle. I'm sorry. Direct Express, it's coming. They just don't have a date yet. How long does it take to hear from the PPP? If you haven't heard and it's been maybe a couple weeks, call them. If not, go and do an application somewhere else. You do not need to cancel your application at your current bank. You can apply for 15 PPP loans at one time. You only got to accept one for all the rest of them to cancel, okay? So while we still got these little 2 funky weeks left, this is the time to go ham and be applying to try to get you some money from one of these banks, okay? And I'm not talking about your brick and mortar banks. I'm talking about these third-party banks, all right? Cabbage, Blue Vine, Dream Spring, Womply, Biz to Credit. Well, no, actually, Biz to Credit says they're not taking any more applications. Broward has posted something about rental assistance. Yes, ma'am, they have. You can go right on Twitter. And if y'all not on Twitter, I'm telling you, I know a lot of y'all might not be social media people, but if y'all want to keep up with what's going on, it's all on social media. They do not make these things easy to find. You actually have to go and know where to go, but Twitter has all the rental assistance, okay? So if you don't have a Twitter page, get one. You don't even got to put your name on there. You just got to keep it open so that you can go and search the rental assistance and the grants. If y'all want to know where I'm getting all the information from, especially the grants, Twitter is where I'm going, and I get a ton of them, okay? All right. So adult dependents can get the first and second stimulus even if they didn't work. Yes, you do not have to work to get a stimulus. You earned it because you're American and you're a U.S. citizen and you have a Social Security number. There is nothing else you have to do. You can file your taxes at any time. And just because people say you file your taxes, it doesn't mean you're filing income. You are filing taxes so that the IRS can check a box to say, hey, we paid this person. Okay, so you're just doing a simple tax return. We're not reporting any income to get this stimulus. Okay, we're not doing that at all. All right. And I don't know if I have any federal employees on here or not, but I know somebody asked me, but federal employees are getting $1,400 per week to stay at home with their children if their kids are in an online learning school. This is not for everybody. This is just for federal employees only. I think that's pretty freaking awesome. It's a lot of money to them. Yeah, so if you're a federal employee and you need more information on what you're going to get, you guys get some separate benefits, a lot more money. but you do get $1,400. I think it's up to 10 weeks. Okay. Hey James, it says I'm gonna have an inmate friend text a regular business number so you can help him file his taxes because I'm still confused about what he did. Awesome, I appreciate that. And you guys on TikTok, I know some of you might have missed it, but I'm gonna say this for everybody real quick. Because I'm getting inundated with so many messages, I am trying to make it easier for me and my staff to be able to answer these for you guys in a timely fashion. So I'm gonna put it here on TikTok, but you guys see it over there in on Facebook and YouTube already. You guys can send me a message. You guys can text my number. I knew I just had a way I typed it on here on TikTok, and now I don't know how I did it. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm going to type it again. It's 407-698-3804. This is the number you can text me. I get to you much faster this way. I can send you my videos. I can send you all the things I screenshot, grants, rental assistance, dental assistance, vision, whatever. So I'm always talking about stuff that I find. And this is just the easiest way for me to send it all to you guys. So if you are interested, text me so that you can get that info. Okay. The easiest way to file all stimuluses, text my number below. Tell me that you want to file a stimulus and I will call you, or I will have my staff call you, and we will file your check and send you a copy of your tax return, because I don't play. Okay. If I'm filing your taxes, I want you to know I filed them, and I'm going to give you your paperwork. And if you're going to somebody who's doing your taxes and they're not giving them to you, you need to run and never go back to them again. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I missed anything. Most of these questions I answered already. It says, good evening. Oh, Sabrina, I was trying to read your message. I don't know. Maybe I missed it. Will the 2020 kids be on the stimulus? Probably not. No, they're probably not going to be. If you filed early enough, yes, they will be. But if you filed after the stimulus was already passed, then they're probably not going to be, and you're going to have to wait. And just so you guys know, IRS get my payment. It is not an error. There's nothing wrong with it. It is your refund is probably your stimulus status is the issue. Okay. I will make a video on the post so that y'all will know exactly what those issues are. A reason why you probably don't see a status yet. You may not see one for a while. Your banking information could be bad. If your banking information is bad, you will see no status. Okay. It's a couple different reasons. All right. And, Simone, I'm going to give out the office number. Okay. 407-930-9570. So I'm going to type it here. 407. This is my office number, 930-9570. But for the majority of you guys, just text that text number and I will call you still from the office number. You don't have to worry about it. Okay. And let me see. I did the 10/40/2020. Okay. That's just your regular taxes. It says, hold on. It says, since I've been getting a stimmy, he has been able to print it out and send me the check. But I was told since I have a date, it will take 3 days for him to be able to print it out. Well, that's probably true. The banks don't want to lose any money, so they're going to wait to make sure that you're going to get it before they allow them to print a check. So that is probably true. Says, why does IRS send mail about the second check, but not the first check? They did send out checks. They did send out the first check. I did get my letter for the EIP for the first one. Some of you guys just move around a lot and they don't have good addresses. And you guys are going to have to get in the habit of either getting you a postal address that doesn't change, or you're going to need to update every time you move. Okay. And I know that's a lot, but that's why a lot of these stimuluses and these IRS tax refunds are going to the wrong bank. Okay. And how can you file for the other stimuluses? Through TurboTax. You can do a simple tax return with them, or Kiss My Cass. You can text me on my text number and I will do it for you guys for free, because TurboTax does charge. It is not free through the TurboTax. Okay. I filed my tax on February 5th, got accepted on February 14th, and it says still processing, probably because you have unemployment on there, and that is why. Okay, and I don't know how to pin. See, y'all gonna have to show me how to do this better. But it's 407-698-3804. Y'all just hit me up for any other information. Let me see. Are they taking your stimulus if you owe back taxes? No, they're not taking stimulus if you owe back taxes. Okay, so I believe I answered the majority of your questions. Barbara, Miss Barbara, I'm gonna call you as soon as I get in my car because I've been waiting to talk to you. So I'm gonna call you when I leave here. Okay, and let's see. I did send out the grant info. If you're in my text group, I sent it out Sunday morning. I think it was Sunday morning or Saturday morning. So yes, I did. If you're in that text group, I did send out grant information. Do you have to be behind in rent to get the rental assistance? Yeah. And if you're not behind, then that means you and your landlord need to work together. Okay. So that's all I'm gonna leave it right there. But yeah, I'm gonna need you to be behind because I don't want you going up there saying you all paid up and think you're gonna get the same thing everybody else because they ain't just gonna look at you like you're crazy. So you need to be behind. Let me see. If I already filed taxable form I need for unemployment to amend. Do not amend, Miss Liz. They said that they will do it for you. If you did not add your taxes, then whomever you go through to do your taxes, they can do an amendment. If not, I can do an amendment, and we can get your tax form added. But that is just a 1040X. That is the amendment form, and they can do that. Okay. What are the chances of we receiving this stimulus check every month? We're not going to receive the stimulus check every month. Nope, not going to happen. Nope, I can't say we don't have the money because we definitely have the money. They're just not going to do it. And it took this long to get this plan approved. They're not going to be approving another plan to give people more money to stay home when they're trying to open this country back up. So I don't see that happening. Not at all. We lucky to get this child tax credit. Y'all getting this extra $3 or $250 on starting in July. So I think we better just stop right there and not be trying to get more money because they're gonna be looking at us like we crazy. So okay, well I hope I answered a lot of y'all questions. Oh gosh, I know TikTok always be giving me a lot of new questions, and I'm sorry if I missed you guys. You can send me a text to my text number, or you can find me on any or all of my social media platforms to ask me whatever questions. It is taking a little while because, hey, I still got work to do for people who are paying. And I also have to take care of y'all because I want to make sure y'all are good. So anyway, with all that said, I hope you guys have a happy Monday. Please, if you're not following me on TikTok, go on TikTok because I do try to take the questions and make videos out of them so I can help not just y'all, but the world. Okay. So anyway, have a great Monday. I will see y'all next Monday. And I'll be posting stuff in between time. So as things change, I'm going to be there to keep up with it, put new videos, make new posts so y'all can see what's changing. And then Monday, we're going to talk about it just like we do each and every Monday at 7 o'clock. So have a great one. Y'all be blessed. And I will see y'all again next week, Monday. If not, I'll talk to you guys in my text box, my inbox, my work phone, my work email, my personal email, or wherever you can find me. Okay? So y'all have a good one. Y'all take care. Good night. Bye. Bye, y'all. TikTok. 407-698-3804. Again,